All right, everybody, welcome to class. This is the first Distance Learning 2 class for the summer session. We want to start off using our basic Zoom features. So first thing I want everybody to do is please turn your cameras on. Just reach down to the toolbar. It's got all the options, and then just click Turn Camera On so we can see each other while we speak. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Inez. Inez, am I saying that correctly? Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Sean. Wesleyan, good to see you back, my friend. So glad you could join us in this class. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Elise. I'm just Isalino and Ting Ting and Barnes. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome, everybody. So the second feature we want to use, on your toolbar, you'll see reactions. You'll see reactions. Oh, Sean just did it. Actually, no, I'm sorry.
George, it's me.
You're not Sean.
No. Just so
See
you
what happens when it was
know.
a black square? I thought I had a student named Sean.
Yeah, I know. So are you still in China?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So does everybody see? Okay. All right. Okay. Sean is also known as Tanya.
Yeah.
Tanya, Isalino, Peter, and Wesleyan. Does everybody see in the video panel what they're doing? They're using their hand raising emotions on your toolbar. Practice using your hand raising emoji. So I'll do it myself when I go into reactions. There, oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, so Pedro's got it. Elisa's got it. Now, once you raise your hand, there you go. Jeff there's got it. Very good. Then now lower your hand, please. Very good. Very good. So that's one of the first things to practice with a live class like this, how to use the hand raising emoji. Raise your hand, lower your hand, raise your hand, lower your hand. Otherwise, it's just 30 people shouting into the internet, and that can be entertaining, but not very productive. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over the lesson plan for today, and I would like to know if I have any volunteer readers. If you would like to read, please use your hand raising emoji. Sandy, go for it. How are you, Sandy? Good to see you. Oh, Sandy, you're
Hi,
muted, buddy.
teacher. Yeah, okay.
All right,
So the size, the Centro introduction.
very good. So El Centro introduction. So for those of you who are starting at El Centro for the first time, I'm just going to give a very brief introduction of our school and what we do. Very good. So El Centro introduction will be first. Then go for it, Sandy.
Okay, overview of the summer schedule.
Very good. Overview of the summer schedule. So I'll just go over the schedule once more with everybody. And then next one.
Four platform we use.
Very good, very good. So there's 4 platforms we use with this class. It sounds scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Zoom is one of them. We're using it right now. So you're already masters of this one. So Sandy, last one.
Yeah, how Kansas is attracting remote workers.
Very good. So this is a US state, and it has a silent S. Arkansas. Arkansas is how you pronounce this state. Arkansas. So that'll be the first half of class. Then Sandy, you can read this next part. Everybody's happy about this.
Yeah, break.
Break. Everybody loves the break. Now, because it's late at night, sometimes people who, if you just come home from work and you're really, really tired, I always give people the option, do you want to just skip the break and go straight through? And usually people go, yeah, I want to go to sleep. That's fine, but I always ask in the middle. So I say, does everybody need a break? And sometimes if everybody says, yeah, I need to step away, grab something to drink, take care of my kids, and then come back, great, fine. Otherwise, I say, do you want to skip the break? And that's fine too. Sometimes students just want to go straight through to the end and finish early and go to sleep. That is fine. So right in the middle of class, always ask. All right. Last two, Sandy.
Yeah, discuss the history of Carlos Rafael.
The story of Carlos Rafael. And this is a longer reading assignment for the next few weeks. So with a reading assignment, I'll always finish with a little bit of this. Here we go, Sandy.
Vocabulary for the next week.
Beautiful. So I'll give you some vocab to study and I'll keep you very, very busy all summer long. You'll love it. You'll be exhausted, but your English will definitely improve. You'll see the world will be totally different. It'll change your life. All right. I'm not joking. That's my job. They call me the life changer. Here we go. Hopefully for the better. All right. So El Centro introduction. Let's go into that right now. Let me first see if I can add the closed captions. Whoop, I don't have that option right this moment. I'll put that in my settings later. So I'm going to remove the video panel. I'm going to move the video panel down to the bottom of the screen. That's that gray bar you see. Actually, I'll remove it completely. There you go. So now this is the schedule on the right-hand side. I know it's small, but I'll circle where all of our classes are right now. So here we are. So here are all of our classes. Here is Monday. It says DL2 George, face-to-face virtual, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's right now, and that's what we're doing right there. So F2F virtual, that's face-to-face. That's what we're doing right now. We're looking at each other, we're smiling, we're making new friends, all that good stuff. And then Wednesday, it says proxy, DL2, and then Friday, proxy. Proxy is a simple way to say this fancy word right there. Now, does anybody want to try to say this word? What I'm pointing at? It's a tough one to pronounce. Anybody want to take a shot at it?
Asynchronous.
Pretty good, pretty good. Asynchronous. Asynchronous. So the word sync is short for synchronous. Synchronous. If something is synchronous, it means it's at the same time. Asynchronous is not at the same time. Who could tell me what that means? And I'm messaging Erica in the chat. There we go. Who could tell me the difference between this one and this one?
Can I tell, teacher?
Go for it, Sandy. Yes.
Yeah, the difference for the both is the first one, synchronous, when it's like here now. We
Yes,
are
exactly.
in class right now, and the another one in synchronous is when we have a assignment in the classroom, but we don't have a class online.
Exactly. Exactly. So what Sandy just said is that synchronous means we're all together at the same time. So at this moment, we're all doing the same thing at the same time. So Monday is synchronous. That's a traditional way a classroom works. But in distance learning, everybody has a different work schedule. So Wednesdays will be asynchronous, also known as proxy. Asynchronous. Asynchronous means essentially, I'll give you an activity to complete, but let's say, I'll give you an example. Sandy, what time do you finish work?
5 p.m.
Okay, so Sandy will finish his work at 5 p.m. So I'm going to guess it takes you about an hour to get home, right?
I got home on the 5:30 p.m. because I need to drive 1 hour.
Yep, so I was guessing it's about an hour. So Sandy will get home after 6, and then you're probably hungry, you need to rest. So let's say Sandy will be able to do his assignment for Wednesday at around, I don't know, 8:30 p.m. because he's got to come home and rest. Now, some other people I know, Thanya, you get up very early in the morning.
Yes, I do.
So when is your free time?
Maybe when
Never, right?
when my kid's sleeping, like around 1 o'clock p.m.
Okay, so there you go. So once Thanya
1 p.m.
has a different schedule with Sandy. So Thanya might say, okay, once you get that kid down to sleep, cute little baby, go to sleep, go to sleep. She's opening her eyes. No, no, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah, it's just like
She's
that.
gonna very, very, very quietly move over to the other side of the room, and maybe about 1:20 p.m. she will be able to complete her assignment for Wednesday. Let's see. Hold on a second. One moment. I'm just gonna I'm only gonna for this moment. I'm only gonna call people I've met. I'm familiar with. Here we go. Pedro.
Yes.
When do you have free time?
Usually at night when I got home
Okay,
from
there we go.
work,
So
like,
night, like right now.
around 7:30.
Oh, 7:30. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So Pedro's schedule is different. He will not be able to complete his assignment until, say, 7:30 p.m. So this is an example of an asynchronous classroom. Every Wednesday and Friday, I'll give you an activity to complete. It might be a vocabulary exercise. It might be some reading, some writing, speaking exercise, whatever it is. You'll all be doing the same exercise, but because you're living different lives with different schedules, they will be done asynchronously. So, for example, Cindy will not be able to complete it until 8:30 p.m. Tanya will not be able to complete it until middle of the afternoon, 1:20. And Pedro, he won't be available until 7:30. But you'll all be able to take the same class and learn the same material, but complete it asynchronously, proxy. So that's what that means. Everybody's busy. Everybody has a life, a family, 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 jobs. This is America. Everybody works all the time. So this is what an asynchronous class is. So Monday, we're all together at the same time, smiling, greeting each other. You're going to make some friends here. But then Wednesday and Friday, I'll give you assignments to complete on your own. So that's what asynchronous means. Any questions about that?
No.
I have a
If you have
question.
any questions about what that means, what's that?
I have a question.
Yes, go for it, Tanya.
So if I can do my exercise at 1:20, so can I do like after, like
Oh, good question, good question.
8:30, 9:30 p.m. at night, so I
Oh,
don't know.
well, when I go into I'm gonna go over the Google Classroom features in a minute. What you'll see on Google Classroom, you'll see like a deadline. So I'll put a flexible time frame, say like Wednesday, I'll give it to I'll put a time limit. I'll put a deadline like
I can
5
do like
p.m.
a midnight, no? Like
something like
every,
that. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I
So
can,
whenever, yeah, I'll give everybody the same due date and due time. So
okay.
that's a good question, Tanya. So on Google Classroom, which I'll go over in just a moment, on Google Classroom, check the due date and time. And for those of you who've taken my class before, if you're having a very busy week, a very busy day, I'm always very flexible. Just let me know ahead of time. Say, hey, George, I'm a little busy today. I won't be able to get this in till a couple hours after the due date, something like that. Or can you extend the due date, uh, you know, an hour or something like that? And I'll say, yeah, sure, as long as it's not. Can you extend the due date till next week? No, that's not that flexible. But generally, there's a lot of flexibility. Just get it in within that same time frame as everybody else. So just check the due date and due time on Google Classroom. Great question, Tanya. Any more questions? All right, so here it is, Monday evening. We have a live Zoom class, and that's right now. We have asynchronous assignments, also known as proxy assignments, due Wednesday and Friday. That's what I just explained right there. Can I get a volunteer to read these two sentences right here in the bottom? All right, I see Amaya, go for it.
Okay, this is the most advanced class we offer at Centro, so there are higher expectations. If class becomes too demanding, please let me know.
Very, very good, very, very good, very good. All right, okay. So, what is the word, who could tell me what the word advanced means? To advance. Oh, I see, Sandy, go for it.
It's like fats.
A little bit faster, yeah. Now, Wesleyan, you were in my level 5 class. For example,
Yeah.
yep, in level 5, do you think students would be able to handle this and this and this?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
No, well, think about it. How many people were able to finish assignments on time
Oh,
on their own? You know what I
like
mean? Think about it. Think about it.
like three
Right. So
people of
exactly.
20.
Exactly. So this is what that means. Expectations and advance. And Sandy, you are also you graduated from my you've moved on from a level 5 class. So we have a level 5 and a level 6, which is a college prep class, and this is also considered a college prep class or a workforce development class. So this is the only class where students are generally trusted to study on their own with very little live instruction. So most students cannot complete tasks on their own at El Centro. They need to come in person where the teacher is sitting in front of them and pointing at the directions, and that's the only way they can study. This is the more advanced class where I give you the instructions and you do it on your own. And if you need help, you ask me for help. So that's what that means. This is essentially the most advanced class. So every time we send students to college, a large number come from this class. So that's not meant to scare you, but if you realize, wait a minute, every week this guy's giving me more words to learn, more stuff to read, more stuff to write. That's what the class is. It's the one that's a little bit more challenging than, say, a level 4 or a level 5 class, or even a level 6 class, because there's more, it's more, you're learning on your own. Nobody's standing in front of you telling you what to do. So that's what that means. Let's keep it moving. All right, so here's a little chart. Distance learning. If this is your first time taking a distance learning class, we're going to discuss the differences between in-person classes and distance learning classes. Who would, this is where I want to get input from everybody. All right. Who would like to read this line right here?
In-person classes prepare you for in-person work.
Very good, Barnes. That's correct? That's the correct way to pronounce your name, right?
Jefte.
Thefte. Oh, I'm sorry. Barnes
Yes.
raised his hand. Jefte. Okay, great. I had to take down my video panel. Thank you, Jefte. So who could tell me what that means? What is in-person work? What type of work is in-person work?
It's like physical work when you are in person in the space, not in distance.
Well, that's correct. That's implied in the title, but who could give me an example of in-person work? Think about the job that you're doing right now. Like, Sandy, you manage
Cashier.
cashier. Excellent. So a cashier works in person. Good.
Yes.
Who can give me another in-person job?
Cooker.
A cook. Yes, absolutely. Although some people do, you can, if you're a licensed chef, you can actually work from home, but you need to outsource it to a delivery service. You can create what's called a home kitchen. You just have to follow health standards. That'll be another class. But usually a cook works in a restaurant in a live setting where there's the people who are eating your food right there in the next room, and you're cooking right there, usually. Unless you're doing some type of delivery service where you're remotely cooking and then a courier, like somebody from Uber Eats, would come and grab the food. But yes, what's other in-person work?
Like,
Think about the jobs you work now.
A nurse teacher.
Nurse, absolutely. Nurse. Very good. A nurse, if you're in a nursing program, that's in person. The patient is right there. Exactly. Who can think of another in-person job?
Manager.
Perhaps. What type of manager?
For supermarket.
Supermarket manager. There you go. Yeah, to manage a supermarket, you've got to be on site managing all the staff. Very good. Let's get one more. Who could think of another in-person job?
Police officer teacher.
Hey, there you go. Well, you know what's funny is that police officers can be both. I'll
Yeah.
call it a patrol officer. So that's an officer who is patrolling a certain neighborhood, driving around in a police car, walking, on foot. So someone who is patrolling an area. There are is exact, if you want to work in law enforcement, there are actually a lot of remote jobs, but I'll get into that in just a moment. And I'll probably ask Saranya to help come up with some of those. So yeah, a cashier, say if you're working at Walgreens or Costco or wherever, you got to be there in the store behind the cash register. Managing a supermarket, you got to be there on site with the staff, looking at the customers. Working in a restaurant, if you're a line cook, you got to be there. Nurse, you got to be there with the patients. Patrol officer, you got to be there in the neighborhood. Let's think of a few remote jobs that this type of class prepares you for.
Customer service.
Say it again.
Customer service.
Customer service. Okay. Sure, absolutely.
Because the most people call the customer service to solution the problem about
Yeah,
the mobile
I think, yeah.
workers. Yeah.
I think in the last week, I have had about 4 conversations with customer service people working remotely.
Yeah.
Like you ever you ever order something and it's delayed and you go onto the live chat and you ask the person a question and they type you the answer back? Or you call somebody to get
Yeah,
more
in the
information about a service?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so customer service, that's usually somebody working from home. Absolutely. Let's get another, Saranya, just because you have particular expertise.
Yes, software engineer.
Software engineer, very good. I just typed your name. See how my brain works. Software engineer, very good, very good. A software engineer does not necessarily could work anywhere in the world, so they do not need to show up to do their job in person all the time. Let's think of another one.
Marketing director.
Marketing director. There you go. Director of marketing. If you're coming up with, you're generating concepts for advertising, marketing campaigns, yeah, there would definitely be a lot of remote options. Very good. I'm going to look at the video panel to look at some other names here. You'll see a little bar there. That's just where me looking at my names there. Ting Ting, I haven't heard from you yet. How are you doing, Ting Ting?
I'm good, teacher. Thank you.
Good. Can you throw out another example of a remote job?
Remote job, I think is accountant.
Accounting, yes. Very good. Accounting, very often it is remote. Even though tax season, you might walk into an office and see an accountant there to help you. Very often, accounting jobs will offer some remote flexibility. There you go. Excellent. Oh, somebody just wrote something in the chat. Oh, Elise, very good. Elise said interpreter. An interpreter. Yeah, an interpreter is quite flexible as well. Who was it that mentioned law enforcement, a police officer? Not sure who it was, but El Centro
His
has
name Peter.
Peter, yes. So Peter, who knows? Peter, have you ever heard of this?
Yes.
What is that?
Is like people work in the office, take care about the security, about the camera, rikers, stuff like that.
Not necessarily. Soranya, this is more your line
You
of
talk
work.
about cybersecurity.
Yes, cybersecurity, but what is cybersecurity? Some of you may be more familiar with this than others. I'm going to stress this because we actually have an IT program that gives for graduates that goes right into this field.
It's in like preventing the data or from the cyber attack. So
Exactly. Protecting data. So yes. So protecting data. So most of our information we keep encrypted on the internet somewhere. So it's very vulnerable to cyber attacks. For instance, everybody who has a bank account, you want to know that when you put your money in the bank, somebody is not going to reach into your bank account and wire it to their account. That would be cybersecurity. So there is, for graduates of this program, there is an IT training option that you can go into if you want to work in cybersecurity. And I put this picture right here, this guy with the baby, because not everybody, particularly people with families, has the flexibility to come to an in-person job all the time. So if you want to advance your career, but you are not in a position to work in person all the time, this is something to think about. Software engineer, cybersecurity, customer service jobs, that type of thing. So yes, so DL classes are very good for people who are planning to go into a career working remotely. But even if you are not planning to work remotely for your career, it's still just good for your general education, your general knowledge, and your skill building, that sort of thing. So that's it. Any questions? Okay, let's keep it moving. So I should have actually put that slide right there, but here it is. So for those of you who are new to our program, if you've seen me ask this question before, and Sandy or Wesleyan or Isolino, don't shout out the answer. This is particularly for brand new students. Who are we and what do we do? El Centro.
Sandy.
If you got an answer, just throw up the hand raising emoji. And in fact, I will send you the website right now. You can cheat. There we go. Okay. Here it comes. Okay, just arrived in the WhatsApp group. Take your time when you're ready. I'll actually stop the recording for a moment. Take your time when you're ready. I'll pause the recording. Pedro, your wife works out in a gym, right?
Yes.
Does she have a gym membership?
Yes.
Does she ever go weeks and weeks without using the gym membership?
Mm-hmm. Of course. Yes.
Of course.
Yes, she does.
We all do it. Thanya, do you ever go for an extended period of time not using your gym membership?
Sometimes.
We all do, right? We all
Yeah.
do. I have a Babbel account. I pay for it for the whole year. And sometimes I go weeks without doing my language study. It's just like a gym membership. Sometimes we pay for services that we don't always use all the time. But because this is a free service and we have a waiting list, if you do not participate in this particular service, somebody will take your spot. There are several students who went weeks and weeks and weeks without participating. I tried to communicate with them last semester. One of them actually contacted me 2 days ago and said, when do classes start? And I said, hey, I was trying to contact you. You're not in the class this semester. I'm sorry, I could not contact you. You disappeared. So just keep that in mind. Whatever you do, no matter how hard life gets, just keep communicating with me. I'm always going to be flexible to help you out with whatever you need. But if you disappear from the class and you do not communicate, somebody will take your spot. So don't think of the class as a gym membership, because you pay for a gym membership. If you don't use it, they don't care. You don't pay for this. So if you disappear from class, somebody else will take your spot, because we need to have people participating to keep our program running. If people disappear, we have a problem. Any questions about that? No questions? Beautiful. All right.
Yes, I do. I do have a
So
question.
here, yes,
Uh,
go.
when you say disappear, like you mean just disappear, and or it's something like about the exercise, homeworks and all that stuff too?
All of the above. All of the above. That means everything. So basically, like the first assignment will be due on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, 2 days from now. I'll give you comments on the assignment. If you don't finish it, I'll ask you if you need help. And then if you don't reply, that counts as disappearing.
Okay.
Then that means not participating. That means you don't exist. If you don't do the work, you don't exist.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's essentially what that means. So
Yeah.
if after 3 weeks I see nothing, you don't exist. You're not there.
Yeah. That's me. Yeah.
And even if you show up on like one Monday and say, look, teacher, I'm here. And I say, no, you're not. You've been gone for like 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
We can go and never show up.
Exactly. So that's what that means. In a distance learning class, if you do the work, you're here. If you don't do the work, you're gone. That's what distance learning. It's just like a job. Like let's say you get a customer service job, you work from home, and you decide not to do the work. You're not there. The customers are calling saying, hello. You're not there. You don't exist. You're not going to keep your job. That's essentially it.
Okay.
Good question. So yeah, so that's basically it. It means do the work. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So here are the platforms we use. All right. 2 of them we've used already. Here we go. First one. Everybody's familiar with this one. For whatever reason, it's not as popular in the United States as it is in most of the world, but doesn't matter to me. It's owned by an American company. That's useless information. But how we use WhatsApp for our class. This is for what's called general communication. All right. General communication means general communication just means basic information. For instance, before the live class, I'll always send you the link on WhatsApp. If for whatever reason we're having an event, I'll put that on WhatsApp. If there's like for instance, the graduation that always happens in May, I'll put that on WhatsApp. Field trips, I'll put that on WhatsApp as well. Yes, the 15th, there's a boat trip you're invited to. I'll put that on WhatsApp next week. General information. The most important thing to stress with WhatsApp is this: when to DM the teacher and when to message the group. All right. Usually I have a lot of slides to explain the difference between DMing the teacher and messaging the group. I think I don't need to go into that too deep. Who could tell me the difference between sending the teacher a direct message and messaging the whole group? When would you direct message the teacher? When would you message the entire group? All right, I'll give you an example. Should
Obviously,
you
this
direct
is
message the
DM.
teacher? Definitely,
So,
definitely. And if you have a physical injury, I believe you do not send a picture. People have in the past sent very graphic photos of physical injuries from work, because many people work very hard physical jobs and get hurt. Do not send graphic photos to me. I believe you. Thank you. And if you need help with if you're going to if you have a medical emergency and you need help with your health insurance, I will refer you to our admin team, Jenny and Ilse. It's their job to help you with any of these personal matters that you need. So for instance, if you're not signed up for Mass Health and you need to be, definitely do that. But personal stuff, just direct message me. Don't share with the whole class. Here's another example.
Holy shit.
Should you tell the entire class something like this, or just direct message the teacher?
this is for
The
teachers.
teacher.
Exactly. So yes, this might seem like it's worth a laugh, but very often, if you are for any reason concerned about your physical safety, direct message me, and then I will refer it to our administration team, and it's their job to help you with personal matters such as physical safety or health. But anything personal, you don't want to share with the entire class. Here's another one that has been shared with the entire class. Direct message or share with the group?
It's DM.
DM, exactly. So yeah, people oftentimes share really weird stuff with the whole class. So please don't do that. Just go into the group. There's over 20 people in the class. Look at people, scroll down, see the teacher, direct message the teacher. Anything personal, direct message the teacher. Now, here's another one.
This is Michelle for growth.
Yeah, this is perfectly okay. So anything that has to do with the task at hand for the day, you're having trouble logging into the Zoom call, that's usually what goes into the group chat. That's perfect. Yes, it's something that benefits everybody. Everybody needs to know, go for it. That's perfect. All right, so yes, basically school-related information, share on WhatsApp. Anything personal, just direct message to the teacher. All right. It's almost time for a break. Here we go. Almost time for a break. Zoom, we are using Zoom right now. Most of you seem to be pretty handy with all of the Zoom features, but I'll go over a few of those in a minute. Everybody, except for one person who's just been added to the class less than 24 hours ago, has been set up with an NGen account. That person, I'll set your NGen account up. Everybody else, you want to check your email and open up your NGen account. If you are having any problems accessing your NGen account, I don't want to use class time today to talk about that, but if you are having any problems, just DM me after class. So any problems accessing NGen, DM me after class. I don't want to go into diagnosing everyone's issue. Just go into your email, follow the instructions. Any issue you're having, direct message me, and I will contact NGen and I will take care of it. Google Classroom. Every assignment will be submitted on Google Classroom, and that's how I'll give you feedback. So let's go over these three right now. But first, actually, okay, it's an 8:59 right now. Let's have a practice with okay, I'm gonna do what's called a poll. Okay, you're going to see a question with two possible answers. Okay. And I want you all to choose one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to launch. I'm going to launch the poll. Here we go. Take a look. Just one moment. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. You're going to see two questions. Give your response to the questions. Okay. This is close. All right. So I'm going to wait till everybody answers. Okay, so 12 people have answered. There's a good number who have not. Hi, Blessing, how are you? I didn't say hello to you when you came in. How's it going?
I'm fine, thank you, teacher. Good morning from here.
And guess what, Blessing? It's morning for
Sir?
me. I didn't tell
Yeah,
everybody right now. This
it's
bridge
early out.
as my background. I'm in Zhanjiang, China right now with my in-laws. And so we are an international class. Blessing, you're still in Lagos, right?
Yes.
All right. She's in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm in Zhanjiang, China. And the rest of you, I believe, are in Boston. Okay, so here we go. It looks like everyone has, if you've participated or not, here are the results of the poll. Okay, and everyone has voted on continuing the class and not taking a break. If for any reason you need to step away from your computer, just let me know in the chat. I'll take care of business, but everyone has voted to continue. This was a close one. It was 9-4. And the rest of you haven't participated, but you'll get a chance practicing those skills later. So that is it. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. I'm going to show you InGen and Google Classroom right now. Actually, these are the Zoom basics. All right. So most of you have mastered turning your camera on and off. Most of you have mastered muting yourself and unmuting yourself. You unmute yourself when you turn your microphone on. Writing in the chat, it's right down there in that toolbar. It looks like this. Most video chat features have something like this. It says write in the chat. They'll say chat on it. Actually, on Zoom, the chat feature looks like this. It looks like this here. And it says chat. So if you see that on your toolbar, that's the chat. If you have a question you want to send me directly, you can always send it in the chat. So other features to look at, we've done a poll. We have not done a breakout room yet. We'll do that before the end of class. Here's a good trick that I always like to stress with students. So everybody, take a look at the person on the left and the person on the right. And I'm going to put us put a question right here. In an interview, who will get the job? This guy on the left or this guy on the right?
The right.
Absolutely every time. Even if this guy on the left has an MBA from Harvard, has experience, has references, has everything in the world you want with a candidate, the guy on the left will lose the job to the guy on the right. Why is that? What is the impression this guy is leaving, and what is the impression this guy is leaving?
I can lose my job now.
This is why I teach this class. Yeah. Right. This is why. It's called front light. It's called front light. Front light is something you want to be mindful of. So everybody take a look. I had a little bit of front light, but everybody take a look at my face. I have a background, so you don't see too much backlight, but everybody see this and versus this. Which one works better?
The second.
Exactly. So yeah, very often, like if you have, let's say if you have one room in your home, and you're living, you're sharing an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, you're sharing it with 30 people. It's very, very, very hard to have any space to yourself. But when you have that interview, they're going to say, okay, get on the video chat at 3 o'clock, prep early. Say, okay, I need this space for 20 minutes at 3 o'clock. Everybody, please just be quiet. I don't care what you're doing. Just let me close this door. lock up your kids just for those 20 minutes, whatever you got to do. And then make sure that if the light's coming from the window, make sure you're facing the window. Facing the window. And it's something to be mindful of. So front light is always something to be conscious of when you are doing anything professional on a video chat. Because if you're meeting a client for the first time, you don't want to, hold on a second. You don't want to, if I'm meeting a client for the first time, what does this look like? Well, it's not that bad, but actually, Tanya, you have a dark room, but you do have a light shining on your face, so it's fine. I'm trying to look at somebody who's falling victim to backlight. Anybody falling victim to backlight? No, everybody's okay. I think everybody who's fallen victim to backlight just kept their camera off, but I think you understand the difference. So yeah, anytime you're ever in a professional situation where you got to meet people for the first time, whatever they see on that screen, that's what they know about you. So just give them a big smile. They should see the features on your face. If you're just showing them darkness, they're going to think, I don't know this guy. Who is this? Stay away. So always be conscious of the front light, not the back light. And here we go. So yeah, that's it for Zoom features. Let's go into Google Classroom and NGen. Here we are. So Google Classroom, when you go into our Google Classroom page, give me a moment here. There we are. It's a little bit slower where I am because I have to use a VPN teaching in China. That's a virtual proxy network. It means I have to change my IP address to use Google products. Anyway, you'll see our class. Here's our wonderful class right here. It says DL2 Summer 2024. Here's some general information. I posted the link for the meeting. And here are our assignments. So the stream right here, the stream is just for general information, just like WhatsApp, but the classwork, that's the important stuff. That's where you see the due dates. And two of you have you were so excited about class starting, you already did the first assignment already. So thank you, Ting Ting and Saranya. I don't have to do much. Everybody's got, is gonna have a model to see. Okay. So when you open up classwork right here, the first two assignments that I've posted, this one is due Wednesday. It says tomorrow, but for me Wednesday is tomorrow. Don't panic. I'm actually 12 hours in the future. So and also blessing is too. It says, how do power dynamics affect virtual meetings? When you open up this page, it will open it up to the link for the NGen assignment. Each assignment has a series of vocabulary words. You complete the assignment. It'll be a matching exercise. This one in particular, it's a short reading and matching exercise. And when you complete it, it'll look like this. And now the instructions I put right there, it says, complete this activity and attach a screenshot when you are finished. So a screenshot, that's just a shot of your screen. If you have any trouble taking a screenshot, DM me after class and I'll tell you exactly how to do it on your device. If you're using a Windows laptop, just use the snipping tool. So for instance, I'm using this Lenovo. So if I want to take a screenshot of anything, I go like this and I have a screenshot. You could also just press for other devices. You could also press Control F7 or Control F8 or Control F9. And if you're using a Mac, it's Command C4. It's a little trickier, but just be familiar on your device how to take a screenshot. Once you attach your screenshot, this is what you want to do. So Ting Ting and Saranya, they've already finished the work, and this is what it looks like right there. So here's Ting Ting's screenshot. So I know what she's done. Here are the new vocabulary words for that assignment. Each assignment will give you a small list of vocab. So several times a week, you're going to be learning new vocabulary. You can even do this on the bus to work. It's compact, built for people who have busy lives. And then I can get your reading score, your writing matching score, and your listening score. It's perfect. So very good job, Ting Ting. And if you're excelling in one area and you're struggling in another, this helps me know where you need help. Ting Ting had to step away for a moment, but an example of a comment on this would be, nice work. Looks like you are very strong in listening, but need a bit more practice with reading. So that's essentially what it's like. So I'll leave my comments in the Google Classroom, and these will go directly to you. So we're constantly having a dialogue back and forth, and that's what an asynchronous assignment is like. You'll all finish it at a different time of day. I don't think I put the time of day, but here is my InGen portal. Looks different because I'm the instructor, but these are all the different assignments. Your assignment's a little more, your page looks a little more bright and colorful, but that's what it looks like. And the next assignment, I will post another Friday assignment. It'll be with vocabulary, and I'll post that after today. And then there'll be a writing assignment due next week. So this is how Google Classroom works. If you've never used it before, it just takes a bit of practice. And if you're having any trouble with it at all, just message me directly and we'll work together. So that's how NGen and Google Classroom work for this class. Any questions? No questions? All right. So, Wesley, yes.
Yeah, teacher, I don't have the link for the Google Classroom
Then
InGen.
no problem. All right. Actually, in fact, I think I may be able to just give that to you right now. I'll get you set. Yep, here it is. Okay, Wesley, and I'll, you know what? I'll just
Teacher.
repost that in the group. Yes.
Tomorrow is it due day for the assessment?
No,
This?
no, it's
Oh.
because I'm 12 hours ahead in China. For me, it's already,
Oh,
it's Wednesday.
okay.
So actually, I'm not the only one. Blessing and two of us are living in the future. Isn't that amazing? For me, it's already Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm 12 hours in the future. Don't worry. When I fly back to end of next week, I'll be back in Boston, and I'll
Before that, you can
all of
set
my-
the number
my
of the
wisdom
lottery.
that I learned from living in the future 12 hours.
Hey, teacher.
Yeah.
If the word went up, so try to let us know because we can prepare for tomorrow, you know.
Say that one more time, please.
If the word, you know, end up, try to
Oh, yes,
text,
yes. So if
text,
something
try to
bad
text us.
happens in the
So
future, I'll let
we
you
can
know
prepare for this
first.
for tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. So if anything really bad is going to happen in the future, I'll tell you. I wish I could offer like financial advice, like tell you what stocks to
lottery,
invest in.
the
I'm not
lottery.
that far in the future, only 12 hours. Like Like, I wish I could go like 10 years ahead and say, okay, invest in this, invest in this. I'm only 12 hours ahead, so I do my best. Yeah. So there we go. And you could, if I don't have the advice you're looking for, you could ask Blessing. Blessing, how many hours ahead of Boston are you, Blessing?
5 hours.
5 hours. Great. So I've got 12 hours of wisdom. Blessing has 5 hours. So we're both in the future right now. So you could always just message Blessing, say, Blessing, what can I learn from your 5 hours in the future? And she'll give you some great advice. She'll tell you something like, get more exercise or sleep more. I don't know, but yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, here is a quick question that we'll use for breakout rooms in the next part of class. Who wants to read this question aloud? Anybody? Uh-oh, everybody's too tired. For me, I just woke up. I just got my coffee. You guys are about to go to sleep.
I can read.
Go for it.
If you could work anywhere, where would you want to live?
There it is. So if you could work anywhere, where would you want to live? All right. Now, this is a story from the Wall Street Journal, and it's about a little place called, well, it's not that little, it's a city, but it's a smaller American city called Fayetteville, Arkansas. You might remember the name of the state of Arkansas from the introduction of class. The S is silent. Arkansas. So it sounds like SAW, saw, Arkansas, but that's how it's pronounced, Arkansas. This particular state has tried to give incentives to remote workers. And several remote workers have moved because of the cost of living. So Arkansas is a rural state. It's got in terms of most American states, it is one of the poorest. Per capita income is about 65% lower than Massachusetts. So your average salary in Arkansas is much lower than your average salary anywhere in the Boston area. So that means there is a lower cost of living. And usually places that have fewer jobs and fewer opportunities have a hard time attracting young people. Usually young people move to the big cities where there's more
Got froze.
Remember, he is in China. Wait 12 hours for the messenger.
Or maybe it's the end of the world.
Yeah, you got it. I have to prepare. Oh my God. He's paused with the upper mouth. Answer. Answer. Answer.